Hey, what's happening? Peter Glassford here of Trek Canada and Smart Athlete. I just wanted to touch in today and talk a bit about walking with our bikes, actually. A couple questions from people doing races like Leadville, Crank the Shield, that type of deal, and it does come up when we have situations like this, very steep rut, on an uphill and steep. We may run into situations where we do have to get off the bike. It could be fitness, it could be just technical and rooted, it could be traffic in a cross-country race. It might just happen. So what we want to do, we're always talking about this average speed concept, especially in races like Leadville. It's all about keeping moving. So what we want to avoid is, the classic is, I'm going to try and climb this climb, and then I stop, and then I suck, and and I stop, and I can't get off my bike, and I'm caught on my pedal, and then I start moving. So that's like 10 seconds of 0 kilometers an hour, which means you're going to have to go 40 later to make up for that if your goal's, in the mid-range of that 25 or whatever is the standard. So what we want to think about is always, even if we're going to try a climb, the minute we stop, we want to be really trying to get off as fast as we can, keep moving, keep it positive, always thinking that, moving forward. Cool. So a couple bits that we'll want to work on. One, we want to practice our cyclocross mounts and dismounts. You can look at lots of resources out there for that. We'll also slap in a little bit of a clip here right about now. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do the dismount and then the mount, okay? And we'll talk through them both. So first, the dismount. Our main thing is we're going to bring our leg around behind the saddle, start a coast, we have both hands on the bar, and we're going to step off and keep rolling, all right? So nothing technical, I'll give you a quick demo. We're going to swing, step off. Okay, so that's simple enough for our dismount. Now for the mount, but basically you're going to come along, we're going to go from our top tube, we're going to go hand on the bar, look down at our pedal, and just swing that leg ever so gentle and then start pedaling. Okay? So those are sort of our two things. We're throwing the leg behind the saddle, jumping off and keeping on moving. Okay, or we're going to keep walking, get to the top of the hill, hand on the bar, throw the thigh up onto the seat, and then you start pedaling again. So it's that simple. Practice that on flat ground, and then let's bring it out onto the trail. From there, what we want to do, we can think about on the hill. If we've come off on a steep part like down here, then we want to be thinking, these nice gradual portions might let us get on the bike a little earlier. So we're trying to really execute that as quick as we can. So one thing, if we can bring the camera closer, what I always like to do, I'm always hand on the seat or hand on the top tube to help the bike get up the hill. But the minute I'm like, okay, this is flat, I'm going to get on it, I'll go hand to the bar, and then I will look where my pedals are. So this time my pedals aren't, normal right foot forward, but I'm just like quick look down, and I'm going to jump on. So then I go on and then pedal, and then you're going up the hill. Okay, so I think that little bit about looking down really quick and just looking at that pedal will let you know, okay, I got to put my foot here and start mashing that pedal. So I think that helps a lot with that mounting. Third bit or fourth bit, I don't remember where we are, would be, you might be really tired, it might be really steep, you might have just slipped out. So there's nothing wrong with, getting going, but we want to practice this in training so that, we get stopped on a hill, we can get going again and start mashing on that pedal even if we don't get clipped in. All right, so that's a couple bits there to work on. Main thing is just practice it in training, especially if you're going to have races where you're going to be getting off that bike. We want you off the bike, hike a bike, get back on the bike, nice and quick, and never stop. Never have that zero. Give it a try, let me know how it goes.